Over time, I became tired of dealing with people who don't understand me, knowing that it's not likely that everyone will always understand me. However, I also know that I could choose who I want to be around and who I feel a connection with. Is the thoughts they have when they consider being around someone like you, being around someone like you who understands them, as opposed to being around those who completely don't even reach the bar when it comes to understanding who they are. Good day, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to Milk Honey Rose. I am Mystic Alchemy. Thank you for being here. So, this person is realizing that they were living a life all wrong when it comes to relationships. They didn't have any gauge. There was no gauge for them to understand who's best for them and who's not. There was a point where this person would just let anyone around them, regardless of what they did or how they behaved themselves or what they believed in. And over time, this person began to realize how that way of allowance, it affected them in a negative way, because they weren't vetting people at all. They weren't understanding who the people are to know if they're aligned or not. And they know the value of alignment now. And they've also have suffered consequences from lack of alignment in relationships that they've had with friends and romantic partners, as well as even anyone really, even friends that they had deemed as friends until they were crossed. Okay, and many of you, it's likely that many of you have gone through this as well. So now when you connect with people, you make sure that the alignment is there. If there is no alignment, then there is no connection. Now is the time to separate yourself from who is not in alignment with you, as well as your destiny, and who is not, and who is in alignment with you. Because to be around someone who's not in alignment with you, they're going to have you going in the opposite direction of which you are meant to go. So that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. You would, it is very likely that if you are in some type of situation or relationship with someone who is not going in the direction that you are going in, you can completely bypass or run away from the direction you are meant to move towards, off the strength of who's around you. Sometimes we might forget about how influenced we are by others off the strength of a connection or a connection that we think is good when it's not. So this person has learned how certain people in their life have set them back instead of assisted with the move forward towards their destiny. This person is absolutely not having it anymore. They finally put their foot down and it's like, I'm not doing that. Nope. Where you going? Which way you going? Oh, you going left? Oh yeah, that's cool. Have a nice life. I'm going right. Right? Real quick. There is no, oh, maybe I should come with you and then I'll turn around and get back to what I was doing later. No, honey. No. Okay, this person is not in that energy anymore because they know better now. Like, I know better. I'm not going over there with you. That's not even where I'm supposed to be. So why would I go over there with you? Don't be disrespecting me like that. Don't disrespect me like that and tell me to go in the direction I'm not supposed to go. Okay? You better leave me alone. Go wherever you going, but I'm not coming. So once this person realized that, and they also realize that you have that same drive to continue on your journey to go in the direction in which you know is best for you. Now they see a connection that's real, not some fabricated situation where somebody come through in your life and try to like sway you into some type of endeavor that has nothing to do with anything that has to do with you, and completely take you away from where you're meant to be. Now, this is another reason why it's so important to figure out what it is that you're destined to move towards. Even if you don't know exactly what it is, that's fine. But as long as you know that your soul is in it and your heart is in it, it feels right because you love that thing, you're going in the right direction. Because over time, as you keep moving forward towards what feels right to you, the truth about your destiny begins to unfold. So, then you see the bloom of the rose that you've become, because good decision making and following what God has set for you, in which you follow that with your intuition as well, because your intuition will be like a indicator of what's right and what's not. So as long as you're using all of your resources, all of the gifts that you've been given, you'll continue to walk, and you might not know exactly where you're going. It's just that over time, as long as you keep going, you'll see. However, if somebody comes through and completely takes you away from what your focus is on, you know that you got to be careful with that. And you have to really ask yourself, is this the right direction? Because it doesn't feel right, and that's that indicator telling you because it's not right. It doesn't feel right because it's not right. Okay, so being that the two of you have that now and you understand that aspect of yourselves, you realize that there is a soul connection there. That's a part of your soul tribe. Someone who's on that same wave, and they want to encourage your growth, and you want the same for them, and you end up growing together. That is healthy. When you with somebody that is coming around you trying to mimic you and try and talk and say what you say, but then act like you didn't say that and like it came from them, that's somebody you got to watch, because something is wrong. They're missing something, and what they're missing, they think you got it, so they gonna take it because they a thief. They be thieving in the night and in people's face, and the people that they do it to don't know. However, the two of you pick up on energy like that, so those are the types of people you stay away from. Mimics mimic because they haven't taken the time to figure out their own soul's cry, so they'll attempt to mimic the echoes of other individuals that are on their path, that have found something special within their sacred search of understanding, on their track towards or path towards divine alignment. So they'll begin to scout for individuals who seem like they have something that's worth thieving due to the attention that they get, because all they really want is that attention. All they really want is, the more energy is around them, the more they can siphon it. So these are these little key things that the two of you have figured out on your journey. That's why it just makes sense for the two of you to be together, because you recognize who the fakes are and you stay away from them. So you remove yourself from those who don't really know where they're going, don't really have a connection to divine alignment, and you link up with those who do have a connection with divine alignment and actually have a desire, at least, to find their way or begin to conquer that feeling of not knowing by continuing to be active. Because that's what conquers that feeling of feeling weary and not knowing which direction to go in. You stay active and you continue to do things that make you feel good on a soul level. And the truth of you, of who you are, begins to be revealed when you allow yourself to go on that intuitive journey of self, Okay, because in the creations you make, truths begin to come to you so that you know which direction to go in. And it's very mysterious. It is, I can't lie. It's a very mysterious experience. However, to be able to experience such an experience with someone who is on the same wave as you, on the same frequency, and they understand, it becomes more beautiful because you don't have to do it on your own completely. Of course, there are going to be aspects that you do handle on your own just because that's life. However, to be able to speak to someone about these moments is special because they understand. And that's like the key. Your soul tribe is people that understand you and they don't criticize you for who you are. Once you see somebody trying to find an error in what you're doing and they looking and searching so they could destroy you, like looking for a vulnerability to infiltrate you, you know that that person is not for you. You know that they have jealousy and envy towards you, so leave them alone. Okay? Now, that is it for this message. The two of you know these things now. That's why you're so compatible. So if you deem this person as someone or someone with an energy that you would appreciate in your life as your person, drop it down in the comments below and declare that this is my future love. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're feeling my vibe, especially if this message does resonate with you. Book a healthy conversation by going to www.milkhoneyrose.org. And also there's a discounted rate until October 31st. So book your healthy conversation today. You can also join the membership. I did post on the membership last night 2 videos. So if you are interested in additional content, then join the membership. Okay? All right. Thank you. Sending my love to you. I'll see you in the next one.